And our discussion segment where we will talk about the issue of outsourcing jobs and capital development. I have with me in the house Dr. Sani Haruna, financial analyst. You're welcome to Business Express.
Thank you very much. Good morning.
Okay, first of all, let's have a general understanding of the NATEP, the National Talent Export Program. What do you make of it?
Well, good morning, Nigerians. And this National Talent Export presents both a problem and an opportunity for Nigeria. A problem in the sense that a lot of homegrown talents that have been trained in Nigeria are leaving Nigeria. Okay. And of course, when they leave, they cannot be immediately replaceable. Okay. Because they go away with their knowledge, skills, and experiences. And it can be an opportunity in the sense that as a nation, we can strategically focus ourselves to position in terms of making talent export our major source of foreign currency. That is, if we position ourselves because of the population we have and because of the huge amount of talent we have, by the time we are known for exporting talent, definitely in different sectors, people and companies, businesses from other countries will look towards Nigeria for getting their manpower. And of course, we are going to have a lot of potential, a lot of money from there.
Now, Dr. Haruna, if you look at it, it's aimed to generate about 50,000 jobs. How important is this for Nigeria when you look at the situation of foreign exchange in the country?
The thing is, to just say generate 50,000 jobs, I think that is the operational aspect of it. Okay. There ought to be a strategic discussion and a strategic policy in the areas of harnessing the Nigerian talent. And that has to start from the educational sector. That has to follow by the kind of skills that the country deliberately focus on nurturing for our youth and large populations to be able to acquire these skills. Then you can talk of generating the jobs. Like I said, once we have this and we are focused and everybody knows, all the other countries know that they can have all sorts of talent in Nigeria, of course they will come for it. And in fact, you don't need to restrict it to 50,000 jobs.
Okay, how can we estimate the economic value that Nigerian immigrants take with them in terms of skills, education, and potential future earnings?
To appreciate this, you have to look at it in three different dimensions. In terms of the short term, medium, and long term. In the short term, leaving Nigeria incur a lot of costs. There is visa processing, there is what they call proof of funds and all of that. In fact, ticket monies and all of that. For example, to an average UK visa ranges from 719 pounds to 1,400, depending on the kind of visa you are looking for. US is the same thing, ranging from $185 to 200. So these are real monies that are sweated out of Nigeria, right? So that is in terms of cost. But to quantify it, you then have to look at, on the average, how many Nigerian youth leave the country in search of jobs outside the country, that is for permanent relocation. A recent studies found out that at least 2,115,000 Nigerians leave the country in the past 2 to 3 years, right? So by the time you look at the current exchange rate and this amount of visa processing, proof of funds, I will leave you to do the math. You will begin to quantify in your mind the amount of money that is leaving Nigeria with those going abroad. In terms of medium term, the job they leave, the skills and the knowledge and the experience they go away with, particularly the experience, cannot be replaced immediately. So even though their employers will have to start looking for how to replace them, of course, there is cost of replacement, and they are likely not to have people with the same kind of experience as those living. So they have to get younger ones and then start training them. So there is training cost, there is cost of replacement, and then of course there is learning curve.
Okay, let's do a cost and benefit analysis. Which one is, or should I say, should we go both sides, outsource, then at the same time empower people within the country? I mean, which one should we go both ways, or should we go one way or the other?
If you look at the cost-benefit analysis, for example, check the number of people leaving and the average number of Nigerian youth leaving tertiary institutions in Nigeria annually. At least there are about 600,000 Nigerians leaving tertiary institutions annually. It then means that even if, as a country, we do outsource, there is more than enough pool of labor that can be supplied into that value chain. The question is, how strategic are we to harness and benefit from all the value chain that comes from it? In my opinion, Nigeria stands to benefit more than they lose by exporting their talent outside Nigeria.
Okay, in what ways can technology technology be leveraged to enhance human capital development? Looking at this particular advantage that you said.
Well, one particular importance of technology is that it removes border, it removes all barriers. So as Nigerians, in terms of acquiring the skills, they can leverage different technologies that are available to first acquire. They can leverage technology to even look for the adequate jobs, because it's not just about leaving the country. What kinds of job are you going to do? If you take a comparative studies, for example, Indians export talent to the US, to the UK, but the kind of jobs that they take out there, the quality of the jobs they take, compared to the kind of jobs that Nigerians take when they go there, you cannot compare, right? So Nigerians have to leverage technology. It's not just about, oh, let me japa, let me live. Position yourself in a way that as you are living, of course, leveraging technology, as you are living, you are getting the kind of jobs that will benefit you, that will also benefit your country in the medium and long run.
Okay, how do you see this impacting on the economy on a short, medium, and long-term basis?
It's a double-edged thing. There are pros and cons. I've started explaining in the short run how it impacts the economy in terms of the amount of money that is leaving the country. In the medium term, in terms of not being able to immediately replace the talent that is leaving. And in the long run, if people that are leaving, you take analysis of people that are leaving, the sectors, if you do the sectorial analysis of people that are leaving, you discover that most people that leave, they go out from the critical sector of the economy. That is health, education, and financial services, right? So in another parlance, this is what I call essential services. if government is not designing policies that will strategically position Nigeria in a way that will replace the talents that are leaving, then in the long run, we'll be in for it, right? Because the people that are leaving are from the critical sector of the economy. So if doctors are not being replaced, if professors, teachers, lecturers that are leaving, they are not being replaced, people from the financial services industry, they are not being replaced, this is a catastrophe. However, the positive is that we have a lot of talent, we have a lot of labor. I alluded to the fact that about 600,000 Nigerians are being graduated annually. So if we design the right policy and we track the people that are graduating from even the curriculum, right, the kind of skills that we give them, and from the time that they graduate during their youth service, and then push them into the critical sector and let them be ready for the taking. Finally, we can also benefit in terms of leveraging the existing bilateral tax treaties that exist between Nigeria and other countries to ensure that we get back taxes from Nigerians who work abroad. That is very key, because that is the only way Nigeria can harness, in addition to the remittances that Nigerians in diaspora make, we can also harness from the taxes. I know that there is a bilateral treaties exist with Nigeria and Canada, Nigeria and United Kingdom, for example. But what I'm not sure is whether Nigeria is actually getting tax from those citizens of Nigeria working abroad, as provided for in our tax laws.
Okay. Dr. Sani Haruna, financial analyst, we really appreciate your thoughts on our discussion today.
Thank you for having me. Thank you. I appreciate it.